Joe Loomis. He is the CEO of CyberSponse, and his firm specializes in responding to cyber incidents. He is also a white hat hacker. We have an image of you on a white horse there, Joe. But just from your point of view, what do you think happened? Is it just as simple as what I should keep reminding everybody? We keep saying consensus is a software update that perhaps went wrong.
The life cycle of forensics takes a lot longer than 3 hours to determine really what the root cause here is. I think it's a good answer for a very curious market and people that are asking a lot of questions. To show up with no answers is almost it's worse. I think you're going to find out that we can't take for granted how sophisticated these groups can act. They can do a lot more damage than just, including when they're software upgrades. They can take part of those types of engagements. They can watch and see when upgrades take place. They can see when they're going to be vulnerable. It's very sophisticated.
Joe, hold on. You're saying even though the SEC, the White House, the Department of Homeland Security, and the New York Stock Exchange are all saying just a technical glitch, nothing nefarious, you're saying, hold on, that may not be the whole story.
You're not going to find out factual evidence and do a full investigation in 3 hours. You're going to speculate based on that, but given how software is upgraded and given the windows of when those upgrades take place, there's going to be a lot more forensics digging going on even today, even post that announcement, than just trying to patch up and move on. There's going to be a lot more prevention.
On that note, we'll bring out the Oliver Stone in all of us. I'm going to read you a tweet. You already know about it, but hacktivist group Anonymous sending out this tweet from, and their handle, in fact, is Your Anon News. This happened last night, just about 15 minutes before midnight Eastern time. We have it on our screens for our viewers. Wonder if tomorrow is going to be bad for Wall Street, ... We can only hope. I mean, when you see something like that, as Bob was just saying, you see United system that went down, you see the Wall Street Journal system that went down, it does make you wonder.
It makes you wonder because when did that upgrade take place? I'm willing to bet that they probably have a little bit more eyes and ears onto the market and when these types of activities take place than we can take for granted. And that's the problem that I see is we need to be a little bit more paranoid and a little bit more prepared in how we respond to these types of obviously threats as well as response. This is where incident response becomes my kind of passion for life is how well do you really respond when certain things happen, whether it's software glitch or if it's an actual attack or if they're potentially linked together. To me, it definitely speaks to the point where are we running simulations? Are we training? Are we even prepared? Has the market even run any type of test to say, hey, whenever something happens, this is the protocol we're going to follow. This is what we're going to tell the traders. This is the preparation we're going to take. We're not seeing that yet. We're still seeing a lot of reactiveness. We're not seeing a lot of proactiveness.
So, Joe, if you were working with the New York Stock Exchange right now, what would you be doing for them?
Well, now I'd be asking, when was the last time you ran a tabletop exercise? When was the last time that we made a mock scenario of an attack or an outage or a software upgrade outage or a glitch? Right? It's all about preparation and responsiveness. If it takes you 5 hours to respond to a fire and the building burns down, there's no point of responding. Right? The point of quick response and having 911 and the systematic way that the response life cycle is taken is to get there quickly, assess, prepare, and recover.
Okay, so Joe, I have a cynical question for you, though. I mean, isn't it always the thing that you haven't thought of which blows you up?
Yeah, it's always what do you know? You don't know what you don't know. I think there's always a famous quote about that. And that the problem with that is simulations and training will help you close that gap. Even if the scenario is different and the attack is different, if you've run a fire drill enough, you're going to be prepared for that unknown more likely than not.
All right, Joe. Great insight. Thank you so much for joining us. Joe Loomis, he is joining me there, CEO of CyberSponse.